Alright, today we're going to be doing an update on the go-kart. So as you know, the axle is a little bent. I made a video on pulling that thing out and testing if it was bent, and it was in fact bent, but we're unable to get a new axle because nobody sells them, and I don't really have the skills to rebend it myself. So for the moment, it's not so bad to where it won't. It's functional even with the bent axle. So I just went ahead and put it back in for now until maybe we can get one in the future or get it fixed in the future. So I put it back in, but then there was a bit of an accident where the front tire on here, that's why it's off. Or the front tire on this go-kart, I ran into the valve stem with something and it broke the valve stem. I think it was dry rotted, which would explain why it broke so easily, but it did not last long. Okay, so the valve stem is supposed to look like this, and this fat part here at the bottom is what's actually inside the tire. And so I hit it and it broke off like that. Not quite that dramatic, but all the air leaked out. And so I bought some new ones on Amazon. I just searched up the part number, and I didn't know it was that easy to actually search things up by part number, but it just comes right up, like 5 of them for maybe $6 on Amazon. And so I'm going to put this in the tire, which shouldn't be hard. So might need to use pliers to pull it through. Alright, there we go. Valve stem is in. Pulled it through with some needle nose. Now, I don't know how hard it's going to be to get a bead back on this tire so it'll actually fill up with air. I don't think that's pressurizing. Alright, so I managed to actually do it with this bike pump, but I'm not entirely sure how much these tires, how much PSI they're supposed to have. I imagine not too much. That's quite hard. All right. Alright, looking good. Alright, we got all the tires filled up, and we're ready to take this thing for a drive. Thinking about getting a stage 2 kit for that thing at some point, but don't have the money right now. Seatbelts are super locked up. Not good. But who needs seatbelts? I'm going to leave this part largely unedited because it's quite a nice little drive. So sit back and enjoy the ride. Oh yeah, it's warm. Alright, well, it drove real good, although you can definitely hear that axle vibrating a ton. Alright, so just to see how it looks, I took off the roll cage, and yeah, it looks pretty cool actually. It's got more of a, it looks longer, it makes it look longer without the thing on it. There's someone's hot rod car. Yeah, it actually looks pretty cool. It gives you more room, especially for me because I'm way too big for this. It's meant for, like, oh, man, I don't know, I've got to see if this seat can go back any farther. I don't think it can. Oh, it can go back another inch. That's not going to help very much. But yeah, so I took it down the road and I was able to get up to, I put a phone in there with a speedometer app, and it was able to get up to about 41, and that was going up a slight incline. It was able to get up to about 41, so that's pretty good. 41 for a go-kart that's geared for off-roading, more so. Like, I mean, this is a big, that's a tiny little sprocket there, and this is a big sprocket there, so, and then you have this thing, which worked good. But yeah, pretty fast, although the engine was screaming. And that's why I might want to get a stage 2 kit, so we could have more in the upper kind of RPM range, because those there, then you can get heavier valve springs, more aggressive cam for letting in more air at higher RPM, and maybe I'd also get a Mikuni carburetor for it, more fuel and air dumping into the engine in general. But I am happy with this. We still need the axle though, because boy, that wobble gets scary around up in the high speed. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.
And that's not at all good for your screen. It could be damaged.
I don't know where your stuff is.